Thank you for letting me tune in. Thank you for letting me tune in. This is the Koranado Artaya Harris Show, owner of the global market. Georgia stakeholder of our 10-year, 15-year, 30-year corporate. And I'd like to thank the guy that with the Chevy, the white Chevy truck, that made sure I didn't just get demolished yesterday in the bad weather. I appreciate you. You need a haircut, I'll cut your hair for you. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. And everybody else too. Anybody else that said, Nardo, it's a bad weather, man. Let's go. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because I'm going to tell you, it's bad when you got family and friends and clients that know you and pass by you, and a complete stranger will take you where you got to go in torrential, terrible weather. You know what I mean? So just like they say, this is what they really think about you, Nardo. They might shake your hand. They might say, man, you know we care about you. But the real test is when you in terrible weather and they pass right by you. You know what I'm saying? That tells you exactly who they are. You know what I mean? But there's nothing I can do to change, you know what I'm saying? I was just saying, if I could go back and the Lord say, I'm gonna give these people a chance to be nice to Nardo and give him them years back that he lost, man, if the Lord could pull that off, I probably would believe. I probably would believe that there ain't nothing else but that, but I doubt if he'll do that, you know. I doubt if he'll do it, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a blessing out there. Yesterday I marched and preached, and I fought for you all the way. For 4 hours I bitched and preached and said that this is what we gonna do. We not gonna let them. And Hyundai said, Hyundai is gonna be making cars this week again. Just like that, same day. Same day like that. Well, I like to say congratulations to me. You know, I designed the Palisade too, if you didn't know. You know, I didn't get any credit for it because somebody's saying that they drawed it and designed it. But I'm glad I uploaded the video to YouTube. I know the government knows who made it, you know what I mean? Because I uploaded the video right after I designed it to YouTube under a private address. So when it come down to it, I'm gonna get credit for it, you know what I mean? And eventually the thieves will be exposed, man, you know what I mean? Eventually. You know, a lot of time they gonna let you to see how far you're gonna go, like Richard Scrutchy and Don Siegelman, before they come in and say, enough is enough, you know what I mean? But I like to tell you this. I'm glad that we learned that churches in Montgomery are not churches at all. That was the best blessing that Montgomery could have ever received. That we find out if the government shut down and closed their doors, that the storehouse of the Lord and God's food pantry is going to shut down too, because they no different than Satan's organization. I hate that we learned it, but I'm glad that we learned it, lady. I'm glad that we learned that, you know what I'm saying? The best lesson could ever learn, you know? That when Satan's organization shuts down, because Satan might shut down on you when you're hungry, when you're sick, and you need money and your children ain't got nothing. You know Satan will leave you, but you didn't know that the church to do the same, but you learned though, that the church said that they shut down too. And you know why I think they said it? Because you needed money to pay your bills. You needed a place of refuge. You needed a storehouse and a pantry to feed you. I can't say every church, but a lot of churches in the Montgomery region, they closed their doors on you when you needed them. You know what I mean? So it was the ultimate test. I'm glad Donald Trump was able to pull that sting off. To see, you know what I mean? Let's see if these books Nardo wrote, let's see if they're real, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if what he said, they tested the theory. They said, Nardo said this will happen if this happened, you know? And they probably said Koranado was 100% right. And the book flying off the shelf again. I'm talking about some books I did like 8 years ago. I'm not just talking about the one I did now. He said that this would be the cause and effect if this happened. And that's exactly how it went down. You know, so I'm gonna tell you, like, you know, I'm kind of glad that he was able to do it. But at the same time, like, I know how you are. I know how the University of Alabama and Auburn is. You know what they saying? Man, let's shut it down for 7 more days and let's open the church up this time. You know, that a lot of times that's what white folks do. And Negroes do the same thing. Man, give us another chance and shut it down for 6 days and watch how the goodness of the Lord. We're going to open those churches and fill those storehouses with food to feed people. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, it don't go like that up north, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you got exposed. You failed your standardized test, you failed your certification, and you can't take it again. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to let you take it again. And even if you get an open book test, they're going to know when somebody didn't tell you how it go, you didn't know. You know what I mean? And you showed your true colors, that you're not of the Lord, you're of your father, the devil. You know what I mean? You've been misleading these people for years and decades that this is the house of the Lord, and it's the house of the devil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to go up there and see if those teachers and principals running game on you. They done shut the school down. And they said, you can come and get them something to eat. That's all they do anyway. They ain't doing shit in class. The only class they passing is lunch. And you up there going for it. Like, man, I can feed my goddamn baby. That's what I say. I don't need your $1.50 lunch. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I think you're going to let them win. You know what I mean? I actually think you having difficulty feeding your children. And you're going to make them look good. You know what you should do? You should say, we're not going up there. You probably got COVID-19 in the school lunch. That's what I say. We'll go back when school is in. You probably ain't doing them or filling them up with disease. That's probably where it started at anyway, from your fucking lunch. You probably got that garbage ass nature-owned bread and that fucking Arnold bread up there anyway. Shit. You ain't tricking nobody. You probably ain't doing them but filling them kids up with disease, man. How the hell you gonna let them come to lunch but not let them go to school? You ain't doing them but doing an experiment on them. Sure. If I was you, I'd be like, man, I can feed my child without you. I can feed my child a square meal like that. That shit look like a prison plate anyway. Look how much money you gonna spend taking your kids to school. Don't make yourself look like a ratchet ass, garbage ass mama. Don't do it. You're going to spend $40 going up there to take your kid. You could have made $40 somewhere in the time it took you to drive, get fuel, get your kids dressed, go to school, talk to the teachers, and drive back to where you're going. You could have made $40 somewhere else for a garbage ass $1.50 meal filled with Montgomery Tuskegee experiment called COVID-19 and Arnold bread. And you know I ain't lying. They want it to be an epidemic, but by any means. They want it to be. Think us again. And they'll do anything to get it done. I'll bring my kid back when school starts. This shit seemed like a setup, and it is a setup. They trying to make themselves seem like they care. You don't care. If you cared, the kids would be passing class, not eating garbage. If you cared about anybody, they'll have passing math scores, not failing ones. You don't care nothing about stuffing their ass with poison. That's what you care about. You know what I mean? And it's a pity and a shame, really, like, But I want to know, like, are you upset with me because I passed the test, like, that all those companies that bought into my education tutorial and all my literature, it's flying off the shelf again, just like it's the first day, because they said they tested the theory. We shut them down to see how they was going to do. They did exactly what you said, Nardo. Exactly. They not dependable. You can't depend on them. You know what I mean? Don't lean on them. You got to find somebody like the Lord to lean on. And these people are church-going people. These people go to the food pantry and the storehouse of the Lord. Man, same people. And I'll tell you that law enforcement thing really got them going up. Like, damn, I can't believe the law enforcement doing that, man. But they are. They are doing it though. And I tell you, you got to do a clean sweep on their ass sometimes. Sometimes you got to lock the CEO up in there with the fag. Throw the CEO in there with the fag in the cell for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? I know some guys that can do it. You know what I'm saying? Lock his ass up in there with the faggot, man. Shit. You up there rounding him up all day, talking to him like you the boss. Goddamn, throw his ass in there with him for a couple of years, shit, and see how he turn out. Just trump up some charges on him. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. Shit. You want to change it around? Goddamn, do him like A.C. Smith. Shit. You know A.C. Smith probably ain't do nothing. Goddamn, charge him anyway. Shit. Lock his ass up for 20 years. Throw him in there with the Vice Lords, the Crips, and a cell full of triple OGs in that bitch. Throw him in there with him. This the cracker that killed Greg. See what I'm saying? Goddamn, if you did it or not, shit. Goddamn, you pay for something else. You pay for hitting that boy upside the head behind Walmart. That's what you go. You might not have killed Greg Gunn intentionally, but you finna serve time for what you did to Nardo. How about that? Shit? And quit calling down here talking about you want another trial. Shit. Put your thumb in your mouth, man. Shit. Put your thumb in your mouth, man. Shit. No, you're not getting out. It ain't no parole. It ain't no good behavior. You know that? And hopefully them boys ding-a-ling don't get hard when you in there. You laying down with them pretty white cheeks, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully them big niggas ding-a-ling don't get hard. You up in there in that bunk bed with them sweet white butt cheeks and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That man killed Greg. But it look like two Twinkies back there, baby. Shit. With some whipped cream in them, you know what I'm saying? Sad, but it's true, like, you know. Somebody got to pay for it, that's all I'm saying, you know. But they said since they closed the Mexican border down, they said they shut the Canadian border, and they said no more communication, no more travelers, no visitors, no buses or planes from Mexico. They said there was a record number of illegal immigrants, a number they've never seen before, when they had a mandatory shutdown of the border. They said they ain't never seen that many Mexicans cross the border in one day, lady. I wonder why, lady. I wonder how the hell they getting past that wall and those sanctions and restrictions, lady. They said the number one phrase yesterday on illegal immigrant phone lines, they said that was the most common phrase, lady. When they say no, Latinos say R. Kelly, R. Kelly, R. Kelly. And remember that, lady. When the U.S. tells Mexico no, they say R. Kelly, R. Kelly, R. Kelly. That's what they say, lady. And they come right across that fence. They come right across that thing, and they don't let nothing stop them. Because no means yes. We translated it from Mexican to American. You say no, they say yes, lady. I tell you, I don't know, we have an alarming amount of visitors from Mexico. You know, when they said no more border, no more visitors, an alarming amount, a record breaker. I think they're gonna get a Grammy for it, lady. Well, how many